There we go. Good evening, gurus. Thank you for joining us. I am the host with the most, John Carter, with FFGM. Thank you for joining us once again. We are going to try to do this every Wednesday, 9:30. I'm a little early. Just kind of sitting there in the studio, ready to go. So I might even cut it down an hour. 9:30 Central Time, 7:30 Arizona time. Here in Florida. What's that? 10:30. Don't ask me how I know that. But yes, you can follow us on the Facebook group, Sports Talk Gurus, Facebook page, Fantasy Football Guru Network, um, YouTube, Sports Talk Gurus, and then Twitch, twitch.tv/ Jcada. Sort of same thing. But yeah, we're gonna keep it short. We're gonna hit a few games. We're gonna hit touch on some LeBron James Bronny talk. Historical night. Touch on how some teams are just changing the landscape, man. There's some teams here that had a lot to prove to us this week that absolutely dropped the ball. We kind of understand where you're at, Jets, Giants. But there's those teams that prevailed, and we're going to be probably talking about them more in January, right? But first and foremost, did you guys watch the Ravens Buccaneers game? Oh my goodness. Ravens Buccaneers. Ravens head to Tampa and do a damn good job. Ravens 41, Bucs 31. Let's go ahead and watch some clips. I'm definitely not going to be pushing a volume on any of these clips. I almost got taken down the other day. But yeah, appreciate the patience. Quick highlight, quick 5-minute highlight. But we'll talk through it. Oh, the setup is nice. Come on now. We'll talk through the whole thing. Like I said, Ravens 41, Bucs 31, or Ravens 41, Bucs 31. Hey, that score really doesn't add up to how the game actually went. Like you see here, the Ravens didn't even score the first quarter, dog. 10-0. 10-0. But quickly, it kind of fell apart. Baker Mayfield, although he threw for three and a couple, maybe 3 quarters, he made a lot of mistakes, man. He had about 4 sacks on him, 2 picks, but still throwing the hell out of the ball. Mike Evans goes down, I believe, second quarter. Nasty fall. On top of that, Chris Godwin's out. That made my stomach turn, man. Last 2 minutes of the game, Mike Evans is already out, right? Mike Evans is already out. You already seen that he went down earlier in the game. You guys are down by 10 or whatever, and Godwin goes down. That is the worst thing. He goes down in the fourth quarter. Game's out of reach. You probably put your season at risk. You got to think about that stuff most of the stuff that happens and like incidences, fights, injuries. At that point, as a player, you're not really. You might be thinking about something else. You're not really. The game's in the bag. The game's over. I'm still out here, playing this contact sport. Regardless, Chris Godwin shouldn't have been on that field whenever he got injured. But yeah, dislocated his ankle. Absolute freak accident, and it hurts for us fantasy owners. I get it. Yeah, that hurts. It hurts. I had 50 points with this guy, and probably like a really good season starter on his shoulders. And now he's out. So Buccaneers, that defense looking good in my opinion, just not enough. Just absolutely not enough. Despite being down early, Ravens still resilient. Lamar Jackson running the ball, going for first downs. Derrick Henry had a day. I think he had almost 200, or what, he had 160. Lamar's making passes like this. Like it's looking really, really, really good and very consistent against a really good team. I really wanted to see what they would do against these Bucs. But yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do if you're Tampa Bay. You got Mike Evans, who's basically your scorer, your red zone scorer, literally how you play games and your tempo and how it's set is based on that connection with Mike Evans. So watch the depth chart, see who's available. I like Bucky still. Bucky's running the ball hella hard. Bucks have Falcons next week. With all the injuries I'm seeing here, boys and gals, I don't like giving advice on betting, but I'm taking Atlanta every single time against the Falcons or against the Bucks. Or the Bucks, it doesn't even matter where they are. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Falcons at Bucks. So they'll be in Tampa. Money line, negative 140. Obviously, they're favoring the Falcons by 3.5. I don't really want to touch the spread, but the under, I'm touching. I'm loving the under. You don't have a Mike Evans, right? Look at that. You don't have a Mike Evans. You don't have a Chris Godwin. Wow. Wow. There's just nothing. You can cover downfield. He's smiling. You can cover downfield all you want, but number eight's going to get loose. Yeah. And then that defense just went ahead and turned up. Went ahead and turned up. Um, Decent rushing defense. Passing defense for the Ravens, not there. Not there. And that's the reason. Oh, so my ranking, that's why the Chiefs kind of stay up there. This looks great, man. It looks great, but it's not enough. The Chiefs went out there and made a move and made a big move. And we're still sitting here with free agents out there and, you know, vets on terrible teams, some edge rushers out there. Ravens, the time is now. The time is now. Look at that. It's great defense all night. Yeah, man. Ravens are rolling. Still not enough for me. Look at the rankings yourself over there, man. Look at the rankings yourself. Still not enough for me, but it's good football. And that's gonna be, you know what? That NFL championship, it might be on the AFC side, man. There's some dogs. Some dogs over there. Let's jump. Let's jump right to the next game. Um, Speaking of the Chiefs, we got Chiefs 49ers. 40 man. Chiefs not really looking. It wasn't a pretty game either, right? Um, but at this point, obviously it's a rivalry. At this point, obviously the Chiefs have the 49ers number. 28-18.
On first down.
Turn that off. 28-18 Chiefs. Okay. 49ers beat up. Not looking pretty. Beat up. On both sides. But that Chiefs defense, this whole team, this whole organization, everything I'm looking at, just like Peyton Manning with the Broncos or Eli Manning with the Giants. You can say Joe Flacco with the Ravens. That defense is going to take you far. That defense is going to take you far, especially with Mahomes not really playing the best. I know you guys don't want to hear, ill will about your Lord and Savior, but he's not playing good right now. Not playing good, but check this out. Winning games, doing what he needs to do to win games, right? No touchdowns in the last 2 games. Not pretty. But this defense, dog, this defense is doing it. Is the secondary alone looks great. And that D-line. And went out and got DeAndre Hopkins. Because why not? Why not? Is he going to make a huge impact? No, he'll make a difference though. He'll make a difference. Um, and this is what they've done in the past, and it's worked. You get to a certain point. That's why I love whoever that GM is, dude. I hats off to you. Hats off. You get to a point, yeah. I mean, we're undefeated. That's cool. But what else do we need? Do we need a deep threat? What's going on? Right? Let's just go out and find somebody who's on a terrible team. You're not getting the ball as much. We got you. We got Patrick Mahomes. They did it with Miko, right? Went out and got Miko Hardman. Made a huge difference in the Super Bowl. Went out and got Kadarius Toney. He was on a terrible team, terrible passing team, and he made a difference in the playoffs. It's the same thing. Just doing enough, dude. Come on over here, get yourself a ring, and make a difference. Huge Hopkins. I'm a huge DeAndre Hopkins fan. His days, his days with the Titans will never be. That was absolutely. You can't really recreate the type of catches he was making, things of that sort. His stuff with Kyler in Arizona in the Valley, that was magical as well. Those first 10 games, that 20 was it 2021 season, that was magical. That was great. He still got a little bit of juice, 32-year-old receiver, but um, I mean, your red zone kind of got better. Yeah, I mean, think about it. Think about January for this team, bro. Pacheco's coming back. You got Kareem Hunt looking comfortable. DeAndre Hopkins going to be there. Hollywood, Xavier Worthy, Travis Kell. Oh, that boy running people over. Look at Mahomes. Hey, what more can he do? What else do you want him to do? Oh, hey, let Mahomes truck stick you is diabolical. You can't. Yeah, bro. At that point, game over. Look at that defense swarm. Yeah. And the 49ers, they're just having the worst luck. It's the worst luck. I think Debo left early, right? This it's just not looking. They're kind of done for until they get everyone healthy. It's not even their fault. They're still staying in games too. That tells you a lot about the coaching. Damn. Yeah, this is going to be a great team in a little bit. They're 6-0 for a reason. And Mahomes doing anything to win, knowing that defense is going to finish that last, you know, 10, 12 minutes of that fourth quarter, knowing that they're going to do that. You can lean on that. You got a Super Bowl team. You got a Super Bowl team. You got a defense like that. You got all these weapons on the offensive side of the ball. Super Bowl team. I love seeing it. Hey, if you didn't live under a rock for the past few days, or you haven't been living under a rock the past few days, you were able to see a historic moment in NBA history and sports history at that. Um, Bronny and LeBron James finally check in together, make history. The opening game for the Lakers. Uh, the Griffies were in attendance. Junior and his pops, just for something that we may or may not ever see again. To have a player make a kid and to be playing long enough to play beside him is amazing. Um, but take it in while you can. A fan or not a fan, this is something that's not a fan of LeBron. This is something that's awesome. The tearjerker thing was when he was like, "You ready? Come on, bro. Come on." And the kid can play. He can play too. You can tell he's making good decisions. Got a little bit of a IQ on him for basketball for sure. Um, but if you think about it, this is going to be the longest um, They're going to be around each other during the basketball season. Obviously, Bronny went to college and he's got AAU all his life and stuff. And his dad is busy being the best player in the world. So the development and stuff like that, think about it. The development and stuff like that, LeBron can only do so much, not with your kid like that. So now I get a whole season with you and you're already doing the things you're doing. He's already got a knockdown. And Bronny missed a three. It looked so good. It was an assist from LeBron. That would have been so cold. Yeah, he can stick around. He can stick around. They should do a little bit. What the hell? Ugh. They should do a little bit more with him to get him more developed. Maybe have him bring the ball up, pass it off, and then go find your spot. Send the corner. You don't want him sitting in the corner. You can have him sit in the corner for right now. Um, but yeah, he should be bringing the ball up. And then, and if you watch the game, let's not. Ooh, this pass he missed. Gobert throwing that shit though. Let's not forget. This was 80s night, man. Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis stays healthy. This is his year this year. That's scary work, bro. Anthony Davis is, especially against Gobert, like, I mean, that's kind of like the spectrum, the top of the spectrum right there. So already top 10 player in the NBA right now. All right. Wrapping this one up pretty early with the last game. Steelers versus the Jets. What are your thoughts on Russell Wilson starting over Fields? The Steelers end up winning 37 over the Jets 15. Man, the Jets are supposed to be, yeah, or at least right. Goodness, they're choking out here. Najee had a game. Who else had a game? Pickens had a game. Hey, if you got Pickens, man, is he a keeper for you? Did you get him last year or what? Like Pickens, you throw a 50-50 ball up there. I wasn't aware of his game. Devontae Adams' first game with the Jets. I'm not trying to laugh. But I know Garrett Wilson's nice, man, but he ain't looking like super polished to me, man. I don't know. I don't think this Devontae Adams trade or acquired mint is gonna help either. But Russell Wilson was just man, he's just throwing it. I love seeing that. I love seeing that. I love Pickens going to go. He made a few circus catches. A few circus catches. Russell Wilson out there having fun. Russell Wilson hasn't played in like a year, bro. He is back ready to go. He looked comfortable. Damn. That fire. He had a one-handed catch that was nasty. This Russell looks good. It looks so good. I don't think Phil's getting that job back anytime soon. Obviously, Russell's going to be Russell, and I know you know what I mean when I say that. Um, so Phil's will be back there, but this was just great to see that passing game for the Steelers, very much needed. And Russell Wilson is a part of that passing game majorly. Dude, Tomlin is just in the back pulling strings, getting it done, making plays, making playbooks. 50-50 ball, give it to him. He's doing it. I like Pickens. Pickens got a nose for it. Here goes a one-handed catch. Crazy snag. Yeah, they were in it for a little bit. Didn't see a lot of. Yeah, I remember that. Unbelievable. Didn't see a lot of Watt at all. Um, nice stop, Adams. The Jets got a problem on their hand. Rodgers might have a problem on his hand. They moved heaven and hell for this man. They went out and said and got him what he wanted. Right? They got all the pieces he wanted. They waited for him. He did. He got the coach out of here. He didn't show up to what is it voluntary camp or anything like that. Just really, making those typical Aaron Rodgers moves that we kind of sit there and he tells us, "Hey, calm down, I got it," and we're like, "Okay, that's fine." This is a dumpster fire. Yeah, Tomlin, go ahead and celebrate, man. Jeez, Najee had a game, and they got a two-headed horse there. I've always liked their backup. Forgot his name. Might be in right now. I've always had him. It's always a sleeper pick for me. He's been out most of the time, most of the season, ankle injury. But Najee's been safe, been healthy. He's been pretty healthy. Najee about to get hit in the pockets for that comment he made. He messed up. You gotta be a company man when you work for the NFL. Brees Hall had a good game. Yeah. Rodgers hasn't been making a lot of good throws. Not a lot of smart throws either. Um, we'll see. Devontae might change that around, but it's not enough to make it to the playoffs, though. They fallen. That's great. All right, guys. Thank you for joining. Please make sure to like and share, comment below. We'll do this again next week. Thank you for following over the years. And have a good night.